think it's safe to say Sunday you felt like you could have executed better offensively. Did you feel like you guys responded at least a little bit today?
Yeah, no doubt about it. The guys came out. That was one of the challenges we had on Sunday, as hard as it was not to finish the weekend the way we wanted to. After it's over, you can't get it back anyways. And so the more you dwell on it, probably the more you're wasting time. And I think they made adjustments based off of previous times. It was the ask of them, make an adjustment if you haven't had your best Tuesday games. And I think the group came ready to play.
What did you see from Ian today? Go 7 last week, go 6 today. What did you see from him?
Well, good. He keeps throwing the ball well. And so, I don't know, the game knows that guy works, and he's a tireless. He's changed a lot of things in his life, both on and off the field, just with everything, his studies and the whole deal. And he's excelling now in all walks of life. And so when you just are consistent like that, I think it gives you your best chance to perform at your best, and he's doing that. So really happy for his development.
I think Walsh's 4 for 5, obviously 2 home runs. Just from your perspective, what's it like to watch him when he's kind of locked in on a day like today?
Well, a lot of these hitters, the lineup can, the other day the lineup didn't look very long, and then today it looked like, man, it just kept going, with the length of the lineup. There's a lot of talented players here. They're just young. They haven't played a full college baseball season, and so, unfortunately, some days you just feel like, wow, it's a little light or inconsistent. And then other days like today, you go, holy cow, that was something else. That was a good performance. And I think that's just youth. And so the more confident and old they get, the better that'll flatten out. I think that curve will flatten out.
So do you feel like they showed immaturity Sunday, mature response then today? Would you say that?
Overall, there were still pieces of the game that you'd go, wow, that wasn't a very mature at bat. But largely, if you, like we asked, we used the Ken Revisit type thing, and it was, why don't we cut those in half? If we can cut those bad at-bats and young at-bats in half, and then try to cut that in half, then we're doing okay, and that's what we asked them to do, and they did it.
Not that you guys can go out there and score 16 every day, or 15, whatever it was, but you feel like this is where like the potential of the lineup can be, where you guys can go out there and 1 through 9, like you said, and be deep on a consistent basis?
I think so, yeah.
Nice to see Justin Casella back out there.
Yeah, he looked rusty, but still, he's a very good baseball player, and so having him back and having him healthy is going to be important for us.
What's helped Jacob just be such a consistent power hitter over the course of his career? He had 15 home runs last year. I think he's sitting at 14, and obviously the home run leader career here. What goes into just being as consistently, good at power hitting as him?
Well, I don't know. He's a great kid. First off, he's an amazing kid. He's one of the most polite people to people. He looks big and mean because he's just so strong and physically. His physique is imposing. But still, he's the nicest kid in the world. He's like the biggest teddy bear going. He's a fierce competitor now. He's got a mean streak to him when it's time, which is great. I think Coach Marter's helped his development a ton. And so, they've invested a lot of time with each other, and it shows.
You guys are crossing from the first half of conference play now into the second half of conference play starting this weekend. What do you want to see your group do? You referred to their youth. So how do they show they're a more mature group through the second half of conference play as compared to the first? What are some things you'll be looking for?
Well, they did a good job in the first half of conference play. And, we're just looking to continue to do what's been successful for us.
How important is it for Hurd, who's kind of scuffling coming in today to get 3 hits, 2 of them extra bases?
Yeah, and the one at the end, the single up the middle, was, really what the doctor ordered. They had climbed back into it. Credit to Coach Mack's club. They're always gritty. They always seem to climb back into games, no matter what game it is. And these guys are hot. Those guys were as hot as it gets. I think 7 or 8 wins in a row, and they're playing great baseball. And so for Jeffrey to get that single up the middle there late in the game, that was a tough at-bat, and that was a really, really good – for an RBI. That was a really telling swing of his character. He stayed with it when he was scuffling.
And Meggers, too. You talked about him preseason. He led the team.
Tough. Just tough.
Again today, another home run.
Yeah, just the guy you want. Just he's just a tough kid, mentally tough kid, and he just brings that to the table each and every day.
With Casella coming back, obviously he's rusty, his first game back, but do you feel like Chase has done enough to solidify himself as a guy who's going to be either left, catch, or DH, someone who's going to be in the order on a day-to-day?
Sure looks like it. He looks like, maybe our best hitter or one of the best hitters for sure. He's doing a great job.
And Maddox, just more thoughts on him?
Well, I mean, he even took good swings in a couple of at-bats. He popped up to the third baseman, I think, catcher, third baseman area today, and I thought it was one of his best swings that he had all day, and it was a pop-up. But he continues to take very good swings and play, for the most part, play old at shortstop. And so just thrilled that he's in our program, and the development coach Hinkle's work with him on defense has been really, really a tell and a plus for us.